Cheryl, are you still out doing the shopping right now? I just wanted to let you know that I would really love it if we could have some fish for dinner. Would you be a dear and make sure to buy some fresh swordfish for dinner while you're out? Hey Melissa, I'm really sorry to say, but I'm actually not feeling so good. I haven't even left to do the shopping. I've just been resting in bed all day. Oh, I see. Did you catch a cold or something like that? I'm not quite sure what it is actually, but my head just feels so heavy and I'm having a really hard time concentrating on things. But I don't have a fever, so I don't think that it's a cold. I see. Well, it sounds to me like it could be menopause. Do you really think that that's what it could be? I do actually. I'm sure of it now. I remember that I was around your age when I was going through it. Well, I guess it could be possible. Either way, I just think that I need to lie down for the day. I really hope you don't mind, but could I ask you to cook dinner tonight? I just don't think I'll be able to any use to anyone like this. Ah, darn, I really did want swordfish for dinner. Well, how about we just ask Sally to pick some up for us on her way home for school? I really wonder if it would be worth asking her. I feel like she's been getting home from school later and later, not to mention the fact that she hates helping out around the house and never offers a hand. I'm not sure if that's totally fair. I think she does help out every now and then. Are we talking about the same girl, as in your daughter, my granddaughter? I don't think I've ever seen her do any kind of work around the house. And ever since she started high school, she's gotten into dyeing her hair and listening to the rock music. I just don't know what is happening to kids to the world these days. It's sad the direction our society is headed. I really don't think those are necessarily bad things in themselves. I mean, it's not like she has a uniform or any rules against dyeing her hair. And besides, the kinds of music people listen to are always changing. I think she's just finding herself. But she's only in high school. You can't really trust someone that age to know what's best for them, right? And don't you worry about what the neighbors think seeing her like that? Well, that's what I meant by finding herself. But anyways, when kids graduate high school, they're usually 18, so we're not always going to be able to control them, you know? And you're okay with that? Just how long are you going to let your daughter get away with doing whatever she wants? All you're doing to her by treating her this way is turning her into a selfish little girl. You really think that Sally is a selfish person? Of course I do. Whenever I talk to her, she always sounds like she's trying to start a fight. Not only that, but she called me an old hag the other day. Oh my, I see. Well, if that's the case, then I'll make sure to have a long talk with her about using that kind of language. You need to do more than that. You really ought to be disciplining her more strictly. At this rate, you're just going to be raising a future criminal. I really don't think that things are that bad yet, Melissa. Sally is still a teenager and is in a rebellious phase right now. But I think it's great that she's becoming such a strong-willed girl at the same time. Not only that, but she works really hard in her studies and always gets good grades. You really think that Sally has ever studied a day in her life? I've never seen her look in a textbook while she's at home. I think that she studies a lot in her room by herself. And other days, I know that she goes to the library to study after school as well. Maybe that's why she's been coming home late. I'm not sure if it's right to judge someone based on what they're not doing just because you don't see it. So you're telling me you really think she's coming home late after studying? Cheryl, do you really think that's true? Then I have some beachfront property to sell you in Kansas. That girl is out there causing havoc and raising hell. I'm sure of it. How can you be so sure though? You said yourself you haven't actually seen her do any of these things. Open your eyes. You know what girls her age can be like? What if some boy knocks her up or something? You really need to be more worried about these kinds of things. I understand that, I really do. But I also know my daughter and trust her to make the right decisions. It really is sad that you can't see the way she's lying to you. Anyways, I know you said you're not feeling good, but the least you can do is toss the laundry in the washing machine. I won't be getting home until quite late tonight. Right, of course. I'll try and get that done. I just need to lie down for a little bit longer first, I think. Cheryl, just when are you finally going to get back there? Sorry, I was just finishing up the doctor's right now. And before I go home, I'm going to shop at the store and do some shopping. You need to get home right now and deal with Sally. Deal with Sally? What happened? Did she do something? She was calling me an old hag again. She was? But we just talked the other day about not using that kind of language with people. Well, apparently you didn't do good enough job since she's still misbehaving. Hold on a second, I'm just getting a message from Sally right now. She's texting you right now? Well then good, you better take this chance to really lay into her. I just read her message and she wrote that you tossed out the food that I had prepared for dinner last night. She said what? That is just ridiculous. Why would I even do something like that? She's obviously just lying to you. But ever since you came to live with us, you've done that plenty of times. Well, all of those other times were just mistakes or accidents. I mean, does she even have any proof that I did what she's accusing me of? Well, no, it's not like she has any pictures or anything, just the text, I guess. Well, there you go again. That means that it's highly likely that your daughter is just lying to you. But I don't really think that Sally is that kind of girl at all. You really need to start listening to me more often. I know what I'm talking about and you don't. I know how you feel about Sally, Melissa, but I really think that you're misjudging her. She's never anything but sweet around me, and I would really like if you stopped talking so negatively about her. You a dumb woman and an even dumber mother. You really need to take a step back and look at this objectively. Your daughter is nothing but a little liar. Melissa, please, there is no need for that kind of language at all. Even if Sally did do something that upset you, I'm sure she must have had some sort of reason for doing it. She's not the type of person who would go out her way to hurt someone. When are you going to wake up and face the truth? Honestly, how does my son let you two get away with acting like that all the time? Melissa, I really appreciate your concerns, but I really don't think that it's your place to tell me how to raise my daughter. Are you really going to try and pick a fight with me over this? Maybe you're where Sally gets her nasty attitude from. You're both so full of yourself, it all makes sense now. I really don't think that Sally is full of herself at all. Well, that's because you don't know the person that your daughter truly is. Anyways, you went to the doctor today, right? Did they say that you were going through a menopause like I thought? No, actually, they said it didn't appear to be that. The doctor just thought that it might have been some combination of a cold with some other symptoms just from everyday stresses. Well, good for you, I guess. I really was worried that something was wrong since I had been feeling like this for a while. Anyways, I'm going to the store to pick up some things for dinner. Well, you better get back home as fast as you can. You've been slacking off way too much when it comes to keeping the house clean. Not to mention the fact that you still need to punish your daughter. Right, I'll try to get home quickly then. Hi, honey. Where are you right now? I just got home, but I don't see you anywhere. You just got home? Oh shoot, I just left to go to the store. I guess we must have passed each other or something. But what in the world happened here? I got home and your grandmother was lying on the floor covered in bruises. She said that you jumped on her back and were hitting her. Oh yeah, that's right, I did that. She kept screaming for help. It was pretty funny, to be honest. Sally, why would you do something like that? What did your grandmother do that could have possibly provoked that? I really don't think that it's something to joke about. I only gave that old hag what she had coming. So don't expect me to apologize because I won't do it. Sally, you can't talk about your grandmother that way and you certainly can't hit her. I'm very disappointed in you. For sure. Anyways, how are you feeling today? Any better? Are you asking about my condition? Well, I guess I'm feeling fine, thanks. I take that you still haven't had your afternoon tea then. I know you use that little tea infuser thing to have that special tea you like. Well, no, I haven't drunk it yet. It's sitting on the counter steeping, in fact. Well, I just thought you should have known that the reason you've been feeling so bad lately is all because of Grandma. What's that supposed to mean? I mean that I came home early from school today and I saw Grandma putting something in your tea while you were out of the room. Wait, what? You're joking, right? It's no joke. I really saw her stir some kind of powder in the leaves. I was going to dump everything out, but then Grandma tried to stop me, and that's when we started fighting. Obviously, I won the fight, but I think she might have been putting in some kind of sleeping medicine. Sleeping medicine? Well, it would explain why I'm always feeling so lethargic. Not to mention the fact that that's a crime. I mean, what would happen if you got in a car and didn't know you had the medicine in your system? You could get really hurt or even really hurt someone else. Oh, Sally, I see now that you were just trying to protect me from something your grandma was doing. Thank you so much for catching that, and I'm sorry for being so upset with you earlier. But you shouldn't have to apologize for anything. If anyone should be sorry, it's Grandma. Oh, I'll take care of Grandma, don't worry. But I really am grateful to you for looking out for me. Well, okay, as long as you think you can handle her by yourself. I do, but obviously I'm going to have a talk about all of this with your dad. We'll make sure that your grandma answers for what she's been doing. Cheryl, you have got some nerve. Do you know that? Do you really think that this is any way to treat your own mother-in-law? You being my mother-in-law doesn't change the fact about what you were doing. Did you really think I could just let you get away with this? If anything, you should be grateful that we stopped at kicking you out of the house. You mean that you really don't see a problem with kicking a poor old woman out of her house? How can you just throw me out on the streets like that? It isn't just me. Even your own son agreed that it was for the best. You were literally drugging my tea and you expect me to do nothing about it? There's no way that I can live with someone who would do that. But you forced me to pack my bags and leave. I don't have anywhere to go. You should have thought about that before doing what you did. Are you really going to try and make yourself the victim in all of this? You came to us asking for the place to live and we let you in. If you really couldn't see this coming as a result of what you were doing, then that's on you. But you don't have any proof of any of this. It's just Sally's word against mine, right? And you know how much that girl hates me, so of course, she would lie about that. I just don't think she's the kind of person that you seem to think she is. Yes, she is. She has dyed her hair and she listens to loud music. Do you really think that anyone who does that can be a good person? And just what kind of mother even lets her daughter go around like that? I'll just go to the police and report the assault that Sally did to me. What do you think about that? You're more than welcome to go to the police. But I think the only person who would get in trouble is you. And just why do you think that, huh? You don't have any proof of things that you're accusing me of. Whereas I have the bruises that Sally left me. Clearly, they would have no choice but to believe me. Okay then, if you really feel that way, go ahead and tell the police. I won't do anything to stop you. You'll see. Sally will get kicked out of school. This will ruin her life. Okay then, you keep talking and talk. Now go walk the walk. But I'm just warning you that Sally does actually have footage of you putting the sleeping medicine in my tea. So I would stop accusing her of lying at the very least. Wait, what? Yes, when she walked through the door when she got home, she was on her phone and switched to the camera to record you. So I'm afraid that we do actually have evidence of what you did. Would you still like to go to the police? But I could be doing anything in the video. How could the cops even know what is it that I was doing to your tea? Do you really want to test that out? Well... Let's try a different example. Say that I were to go to the police because I got stabbed, okay? And what if the only evidence I had was of some crazy person in my off waving around a knife moments before I was injured? Is it the footage of the person committing the crime itself? No, but it's quite incriminating nonetheless. You really think that that's how the police would see it? I'm just asking you to think about the bigger picture here. Sally stepped in to stop what you were doing and she has injuries of herself. You scratched her quite badly, so the police would also have to take that into account. Okay, wait, maybe I did take things just a little too far, but I just thought that you needed to rest. Even if I believe that, it still doesn't excuse literally putting something in my tea without telling me. You know that I drink that tea pretty frequently. What if something bad happened to me? But I never was intending to hurt you, I swear. Except that you were always mad that I wasn't doing enough around the house while I was feeling sick, right? You were saying all kinds of cruel things to me about how a wife needs to keep her health so that she can take care of her family. You tried to pin so much of me when nothing was my fault. I just had no idea that it was the medicine making you feel that way. You know, when I went to the doctor's office, they asked me if I was on any medication, and I said that I wasn't. I even told you about that when I got home, but you knew the whole time that that wasn't true. It was just a prank, really. Well, I think that it was one taken way too far. I mean, what if I left the house in my car? I could have gotten into an accident or killed someone. What would be the point of the prank then? Please, Cheryl, I'm so sorry. I just didn't think that far ahead. It's really not that far to jump and make. But anyways, I refuse to live under the same roof as you anymore. But what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to live? I can't just be out on here on my own. You're my family. You have to take care of me. You have your retirement money. You'll just have to be careful about saving and spending it. Besides, you're still a young lady. You can always find a job if you need. You can't be serious. I deserve to have a quiet retirement. I shouldn't have to work. I'm afraid that you really should have thought about that before you did what you did. Please, I promise to never do it again. You have to forgive me. Actually, I really don't. You did something horrible and now you're paying for it. Don't ever come near me again. After that, Melissa sat outside of the house, refusing to leave. We finally called the police, and that's when she started screaming and trying to run away. By the time the next morning came around, all of Melissa's belongings were gone from our front yard. I have no idea where she ran off, but when she was finally caught, the police let her off with a stern warning and made her promise to stay away from our house. I hear that now she's living in a tiny apartment all by herself. She tried reaching out to my husband and I and complained about how hard her life was and how she was always in need of money, but we ignored her calls for help. I don't think we'll ever see her again until her funeral. As for my family, things settled down quite a bit after Melissa left. Sally is getting ready for her senior year in high school and still getting good grades. Obviously, there are times when I need to rein in her rebellious attitude, but I'm very happy knowing that I have such a mature and trustworthy daughter. I still think that it's very sad how everything went down the way that it did. I really thought that Melissa and I were getting along so well. There were times when I thought she could be a bit overbearing, but I always understood. It was just her being a concerned mother and grandmother. I would have never ever dreamed that she could have been capable of what she did to me. Another person I feel quite badly for over how all of this happened is my husband. When his mom asked if she could come live with us, I was a little apprehensive at first. He was the one who talked to me into allowing Melissa to be with us. After he found out what she was doing to me, he apologized for never noticing and clearly felt very guilty about it all. I told him that he had no way of knowing that his mom would act that way. Still, I think it may take some time for him to overcome that, on top of cutting his mom out of our lives. Thankfully though, I'm glad that I trusted my instinct and had faith in the person that I knew my daughter really was deep down. And if it wasn't for Sally's bravery in confronting her grandma, who knows what might have happened. I never wanted my daughter to go through something like that. But I'm much less worried about her ability to take care of herself now.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Peep Texts! Hey, Mia! I just picked up my mother. She's gonna be living with us from now on. Huh? What are you talking about? Where did you take her? My house? I told you she's gonna be living with us from now on. Wait a minute. So she's moving in with you? Yeah. We can take care of her, no problem. How hard can it be, right? People always talk about how hard it is to take care of your parents, but it's not a big deal. I don't know about that. Taking care of the elderly is a lot of work. Look, I know, okay? You were after the inheritance money, right? That's why you volunteered to take care of her. Nice try, but that's not gonna happen. What? That's not it at all. I heard she needed round-the-clock care, so I didn't want to get involved at first, but this is gonna be easy. She's fine. What? It's not that easy. And your mother, she's working really hard to get better. What? Working on what? She just lays in bed all day long. She's right in front of me as we speak. She's not doing anything. What? That's not true. Whatever. As long as she stays in bed. So, yeah, we're gonna look after her from now on. Tell Roy. Are you sure? It's a lot of work. You sure you can handle it? What are you talking about? What are you planning, huh? I can take care of her, no problem. All she does is sleep. Are you serious? I'm not planning anything. She spends most of her time in bed, but that's exactly why she needs around-the-clock care. Yeah, whatever. All she does is sleep, right? Sounds good to me. This is gonna be easy. How hard can it be? She's basically a vegetable. How can you say that? She's your mother. What? What do you mean? What did I say? I'm just stating the facts here. And she should be grateful for this. I'm such a good daughter. Why are you doing this? Why now? It makes no sense. What do you mean, why? She's my mother, that's why. But when she got sick, you started avoiding her. What changed? What is that supposed to mean? And I wasn't avoiding her. We always talk on the phone. Still, you never visited her once after she got sick. She was really upset about that, you know. So what? Stop judging me, okay? I haven't done anything wrong. And you're the one trying to take advantage of her. What? You think I don't know? I heard everything. Heard what? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Stop playing dumb. You got some nerve, you know that? What are you talking about? I don't quite follow. When my mom called me the other day, she told me she hired a lawyer to write a will. She said she wanted to leave me something. She's got a lot of assets, so... okay. Did you talk her into this? I bet you did. Anyways, you're not entitled to her inheritance. You know that, right? Huh? Yeah. I'm not her real daughter, so... But if she writes a will, it's a whole different story. And you knew that, didn't you? Uh-huh. Yeah, I guess, but so? That's pretty common knowledge. Whatever. I always thought you were as dumb as a rock, but I guess I was wrong. What? You got some nerve. You know that? You might have everyone fooled with this good wife act, but not me. You're just after her inheritance money. And you know it. Don't even try to deny it. You're such a snake. What are you talking about? You're not making any sense. You got this all wrong. Stop lying. And that's not the only thing I know. What do you mean? I'm talking about your job? My job? What about it? You know exactly what I'm talking about. At first, I thought you quit. But you still work there full-time, right? 9 to 5, 5 days a week? Yeah? So? Ha! I knew it! How can you take care of my mother if you have a full-time job, huh? You lying snake. All you care about is her inheritance. That's not true. Oh, stop playing dumb with me. She's got a lot of assets. Are you trying to take her house? Is that it? What? No, I think you got this all wrong. Oh, shut up. Don't even start. I'm gonna take care of her from now on. You're not getting anything from her inheritance. It's all mine. Tell Roy. Listen, we don't care about her inheritance. You got this all wrong. Stop trying to talk your way out of this. It's pathetic. You're so greedy. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're not listening to me. Your mother, she needs around-the-clock care and... Oh, give me a break. All she does is sleep, right? How hard can it be? If you can do it, so can I. Leave me alone. Hey, Roy just left the house. He's coming to pick up your mother. Huh? Why? She's not going anywhere. You still want her inheritance, don't you? Too bad, you're not getting a dime. And my husband already burned her will, so... You burned it? Why would you do that? Huh, too bad. The will, it's gone. Whatever, I don't care about that. The thing is, I got a call from your mother. She asked me to help her. Huh? Help her? With what? She was crying on the phone. She asked me to come pick her up. My husband should be there any minute. Wait, what? What's her problem? What's wrong with our house? Taking care of the elderly is a lot of work. I told you. I knew this would happen. What? How dare you talk to me like that? I can take care of my own mother. If you can do it, so can I. I never took care of her. Huh? What do you mean? You're the wife. So what? I don't get it. What are you saying? I told you, I never took care of your mother. It was all Roy. He did all the heavy lifting. He said it was his responsibility as her oldest son. What? He said he couldn't count on you, so... Wait, Roy? He is the one that's been taking care of my mother? Yes, that's why I didn't have to quit my job. I tried to tell you this. Roy is working really hard, you know? He's a good son. I help out whenever I can, but my job is to look after the kids and do things around the house, so... Liar. You were just after her inheritance. Just admit it. That's not true. We've been over this already. But Mom said she wrote a will. I know you put her up to this. No. Actually, she's the one that came up with the idea. It took her a long time to write that will. She could barely hold a pen. So what? Oh, screw you. But you burned it, right? Damn straight. I don't know what she wrote in that will, but you're not getting a dime. She wanted us to split everything between the three of us. You, your brother, and me. I knew it. Too bad. I'm glad I burned it. You're not getting anything. You're not getting anything either. You do realize that, right? Huh? What are you talking about? You really shouldn't have burned that will. You're not getting anything anymore. What? Why? I'm her daughter. Stop making things up. You're just mad because you're not getting anything. You really don't know, huh? Burning a will is the same thing as renouncing your inheritance. It rarely happens, but it's the law. What? Stop making things up. I did the right thing burning that thing. You're not getting anything. The thing is, she submitted a copy to family court, so it's still valid. Huh? What are you saying? You're not making any sense. Screw you! You really messed up. Oh well, it's too late now. Sucks for you. Ugh, screw you! I'll just get her to write it again. Just stop. It's pathetic. You're so greedy. You should be ashamed of yourself. A few hours later, my husband came home with his mother. She looked terrible. Her daughter didn't do anything to look after her. No surprises there. When her mother got sick, she basically abandoned her. But even then, she didn't cut her out of the will.
Mia, have you started planning for your wedding?
Mom, I told you there's nothing to worry about. You've been asking me the same question so many times.
Then how about this dress? Have you already decided which dress you're going to be wearing?
Yep,
Where's the photo?
you don't have to see it yet. Just look forward to it. You'll see me wearing it on the wedding day.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. We're going to be having a huge wedding ceremony. I have to make sure that everything's perfect. What food are you serving? How about the decorations? There's so many things to prepare.
Don't worry, Mom. I have ideas.
Mia, your husband is from an affluent family. You have to meet their expectations. Don't disappoint them.
Please, Mom, listen to me. There's nothing to be worried about. Even if we fail to have a perfect wedding, they're not the type to hold a grudge. And we're only inviting our close friends and relatives. You're overreacting, Mom. Relax.
You only get married once. It's your once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm not overacting. You're being too calm. Didn't you learn anything from your brother's wedding? You can't make mistakes like him.
Are you talking about my brother and Quinn? I think their wedding was perfect. They had a huge wedding celebrated by so many people.
You don't know how hard it was to plan everything out. Well, you were working abroad, so I guess you have no idea.
Yeah, I just temporarily came back to participate in their wedding. But I think all couples encounter some difficulties during the planning process, though.
No, you don't understand. It was really a challenge to invite that many people.
Really?
Quinn didn't have so many people to invite. She doesn't seem to have a lot of friends and colleagues she's close to. It was difficult to fill up the seats.
Quinn lost her parents in an accident when she was young. And she's also not really close with her relatives, too, right? Considering her background, I think there's nothing to be surprised about.
But she said she'll only be able to invite a third of the people my son was inviting. That would look really unbalanced, don't you think? The seats would look really empty on her side.
Then they should have invited less people.
That's impossible, Mia. Your brother is our only son. If our wedding ceremony is small, people will think we're poor.
Mom, no one cares. We're not living in old times.
But I care. I even invited our neighbors and the members from my reading club.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
I put a lot of effort preparing for their wedding. It was as if I was the one getting married.
I bet Quinn had a hard time.
Why? I was the one who invited many people.
The wedding ceremony might have been a way to show your wealth in the old times. But now, it's more of an occasion to celebrate the couple. She should have felt pressured by you.
I didn't pressure her. She should be feeling thankful for everything I did for her.
I doubt it. She even lives with her parents-in-law to take care of you and Dad. You should feel thankful of her more.
I think of her as my real daughter, Mia.
Really? When I visited home to tell you about my marriage, she didn't seem like her usual energetic self. She seemed to be doing all the housework too. When I offered to help her, she rejected and never allowed me to do any housework. Are you forcing her to do everything around the house, Mom?
No, it's the exact opposite. When you're not at home, she never does a thing.
Really?
I guess she wanted to look like a good wife because you work for an internationally famous corporation. Your husband, Leo, also owns a company. She likes to put a good front.
I don't think she's that type of person. Hey, Mom, I think I have to go back to work.
Oh, already? Oh, I'm sorry if I disturbed you. Have you eaten lunch?
If you think you disturbed me, you could have texted me in the night when I get home.
But don't you already live with Leo? I don't want to interrupt when you're spending time with him.
There's no need to worry. You're considerate when you don't have to.
I'm considerate all the time. Be sure to work hard and bring back a lot of money home. Also, do your homework so that your Leo won't leave you for a better wife. Mia, are you done with your work? Is Leo home?
Yeah, my working hours are over. I just got into my car. I think Leo's gonna get home late today.
Oh, that would be perfect. I wanted to talk to you about Quinn. She is indeed a horrible daughter-in-law.
What? Are you complaining about her again?
Can't you help me out? She's really stressing me out.
You've been complaining about her all the time since I came back.
She's been causing so much trouble.
So? What did she do this time?
She went shopping and used our credit card. She loves spending money, but hates to work. She doesn't even have a part-time job. She seems to be preparing for your wedding. I saw her going to the salon the other day. Your brother has been asking her to stop so many times, but she never listens.
Really? She doesn't look like someone who would be irresponsible.
You don't know what she's like. You've been living abroad. You barely came back home, Mia. How can you know what she's really like when you've only met her for a few times?
Yeah, but still, I can't believe she's such a horrible person. Oh, I've had conversations with her via messages a few times.
She must have acted like a good wife when she texted you. Let me tell you, your brother got the wrong wife. I can see she's from a dysfunctional family. I should have opposed when your brother introduced her to me as his wife.
Come on, Mom. My brother, who has never been in love, fell in love with her. She also agreed to live with her parents-in-law. You sounded so happy when she agreed, remember?
I do remember. But I never knew she was such a horrible person. I wanted a more educated, kind-hearted wife for my son. Both you and your brother graduated from a prestigious university. But look at Quinn. I'm embarrassed to have her as my son's wife. She doesn't have common sense nor a good educational background. She's not even a good housewife.
You're being too harsh on her, Mom. I guess you're stressing her out too. Haven't you been a bit too pressuring? She should be tired too, living with her parents-in-law.
Why should she be stressed? She lives an easy life doing nothing at home. Why would she feel tired?
I bet you're acting harshly towards her.
Not at all. When you visited us to inform us about your marriage, did I look like I was bullying her?
No.
Then you should know better. Which side are you on, Mia?
Not taking sides, Mom. It's just that it's easier to imagine you annoying Quinn.
I can't believe my own daughter blames me. I've been taking care of you all these years.
You've been complaining about Quinn forever.
What? Then who would listen to my complaints? How am I supposed to relieve my stress?
Well, I guess I'm the only one you can complain to.
Right? You're the only one I can depend on. Quinn has been using more than $1,000. Do you think you can pay for them?
Huh? Me? You're asking me to pay for expenses?
We've been covering up for her expenses, but it's really hard for us financially to do so all the time. So I told your brother that we won't be paying for her expenses anymore.
If you decided not to pay, I don't think I should help either.
If your brother hears that you paid for her, I think he'll try harder to persuade Quinn not to use our credit card.
Really? I don't think it sounds like a good plan.
Mia, listen. Your salary is higher than any of us. Can't you help us out?
$1,000 is quite an amount in my opinion. It's not like I'm rich, Mom.
Don't be so mean. Not only do you get paid a lot, your husband is also a CEO. You're the wife of a CEO.
I can't deny that, but I think you're misunderstanding. Leo's company is not so big, and I've told you how many times that he's only self-employed.
Don't act humble. Thanks for helping us out, Mia. I'll tell you your bank account number so that you'll know where to send the money.
Hey! I didn't agree to pay yet! Mom, I have my wedding coming up. I have to save up for my wedding ceremony fees.
You can always ask Leo for some support. Your brother's marriage is in your hands. Don't you want him to have a good relationship with his wife?
Hi, Quinn. It's been a while since I texted you.
Hey, Mia. What's up?
I wanted to ask you something. I just received your letter about your absence. Why are you not coming to our wedding? Don't worry about the money paid for you, okay? I would love it if you can come to my wedding.
Money? What are you talking about? I thought I wasn't allowed to go. At least, that's what I was told.
Huh? What do you mean?
They told me to stay at home because I was your sister-in-law. I guess he sent me an invitation as a mistake.
Huh? No? Who told you that you can't come?
Your mother told me to stay at home. But she also mentioned that you didn't want me to as well.
No, that's not true. I always wanted you to come.
Really? That's nice to hear. I thought you hated me too.
What's going on?
I'm not sure if I should tell you this, but your family hates me.
Huh?
Your mother has the most power in the household. She hates me, and no one protects me from her.
How about my brother? He doesn't protect his own wife?
Sadly, yes. He's too scared to say anything to his mother. My parents died years ago, and there's no one I can depend on. So I'm trying my best to be accepted by your family. But things aren't going well.
Hey, Quinn, do you know anything about the money I paid for you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You paid money for me?
Mom told me to cover for your expenses. I paid them $1,000 to be exact. She was complaining about how you've been using their credit card.
Me? Using their credit card? I never did that. I would never spend $1,000 using someone else's credit card. They never told me about any of this. They barely give me enough money when I go shopping for groceries. They would never lend me their credit card.
Really? Quinn, do you have some time right now? Can you tell me how you're treated by my family in detail?
Mia, it's an emergency. I can't find Quinn anywhere.
Okay.
I found a letter by her saying that she would get a divorce and leave the house. I also found a divorce paper filled in. Your brother also hasn't replied to my calls, and I really don't know what to do.
Just accept it, Mom. I bet he doesn't care. He never really loved her, did he?
How dare you say that? I will never accept their divorce. It would ruin our family's reputation. I'm gonna talk to the police about this.
Why? There's no need to.
Why? Our daughter-in-law ran away. We don't know where she is.
Quinn is with me.
Huh? Why is she with you? You weren't even close with her.
I know everything, Mom. She told me you've been horrible to her, taking advantage of your position as a mother-in-law and abusing your power. You isolated her, pressuring Dad and your own son to treat her harshly like you wanted to. I couldn't believe you did this to her, Mom.
Mia, don't believe whatever she told you. She's trying to fool you. Quinn loves to make up stories that make others look bad.
Mom, you're the one who loves making up ridiculous stories. I have proof.
Proof?
I asked Quinn to record her conversations with you at home for a week. It revealed a lot about you, Mom. You've been forcing her to do all the housework. You even controlled her financially so that she won't escape.
What? That's wrong, Mia. A housewife doesn't need money.
I thought you were a housewife too, Mom. But you still buy so many expensive clothes. Where's the money coming from? When Quinn visited us, she only had a small backpack with her. She said a backpack was enough to pack all of her things. You didn't let her buy anything after she started living with her, did you?
She's a minimalist, Mia.
I don't think so. When her clothes got a hole, she sewed it herself. She was crying about all the harsh treatment she faced at home. Mom, she's not a slave. I'm really disappointed in you.
Mia, listen to me. I wasn't trying to bully her or anything. It's true that Quinn and I dislike each other, but you have to understand that it's natural for humans to dislike others sometimes. We just don't get along well.
Stop trying to justify your actions. You sound ridiculous. I'm gonna break relations with the whole family. I can't believe no one protected Quinn from you. I don't think I can take part of the family anymore.
Break relations? How dare you say that? We're a family, Mia. Remember all the family memories you have with us?
Quinn was also our family, Mom. But you never treated her like she was part of the family. You bullied her until she mentally broke down. I don't want to believe that my real mom can be so evil. But sadly, it's the truth. She also told me that you used up all her personal savings too. You should be embarrassed of what you did. I can no longer accept you as my mom.
Mia! If you break relations with us, we won't be at your wedding. Isn't that embarrassing?
What's more embarrassing than you coming to my wedding? It's just a wedding ceremony. There's no big deal. My husband and his family would understand. They're all really nice people, unlike you. I don't want you and my family to ruin our wedding.
Mia, let's calm down and discuss about this again, as a family, okay? I really love you, Mia. You're my precious daughter. I'll apologize to Quinn about what I did.
An apology won't change anything. She decided to get divorced, and I decided to break relations with my family. There's nothing that can change our decision.
Mia, please. I love you from the bottom of my heart.
I don't think you can lie and steal money from me if you really loved your daughter, Mom. I'm tired with all your lies. There was nothing wrong with Quinn. The only problem was you, who was a terrible mother-in-law. After the incident, Mom tried to contact me several times, but I never picked up her calls. My brother later told me that Mom used up all of Quinn's personal savings, and that she also provided Quinn with the minimal amount of money required to live. Mom had been treating Quinn like a slave. My brother and my dad are both responsible for being ignorant about this. In the end, my brother agreed to pay Quinn back the money his mom used after the divorce. I guess Mom was planning to brainwash me into hating Quinn as well. If I didn't notice how terrible Quinn had been treated at home, I bet she would have continued to treat Quinn as a slave. I can't believe my real mom was such an evil person, and I feel really embarrassed and disappointed about everything she did to Quinn. I don't think I can ever forgive her and my family. I'm glad that I broke relations with all of them. The divorce shocked my brother, and I heard that he left the house to separate himself from his mother. Apparently, my dad also decided to get divorced with her. I guess he wants to take responsibility of his actions. Mom has been trying to keep their marriage, but I heard that Dad also left the house. Honestly, it's sad to see my family breaking apart, but I think it was unavoidable and the best solution to the problem. After everything they did to Quinn, I think they all deserve it. Quinn decided to stay at my house temporarily so that she can get some rest and recover from all the stress. With the compensation money from my brother, she was finally able to do some shopping after a long time. I'm happy to see Quinn healing and becoming her energetic self again. I also invited Quinn to be at her wedding as my relative. Now that she got divorced and I broke relations with my brother, she's no longer my relative officially, and we weren't really close before the incident. But I'm really grateful that I was able to meet Quinn. She's one of the kindest people I've ever met. Quinn left our house a few days ago after she found a new job. Although we're no longer related to each other, I want to maintain a good relationship with her, helping each other out as if we were real sisters.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.